Right now on Up with KREM, after public pressure, the Spokane County Commissioners unanimously paused permitting on new data centers in Spokane County. What this means and how long it's in place.
And I'm tracking some hot and hazy conditions for your Wednesday.
Plus, we now know the identities of the two people found dead in the Hillyard neighborhood last week. Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday, August 19th, I'm Tim Pham. Jenny Power here with us to get us ready for the day. So good morning, Jenny. We made it halfway through the work week and for some, the first day of school. What do we need to prepare for today? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Tim. I know we've made it to Wednesday and it kind of feels like a Wednesday, right? We're on that downhill slide, but yes, for some folks, it is the first day of school. Lots of kids going back to the classroom. Right now, as we're waking up, this is a live look over Lake Coeur d'Alene. The sun is rising in the distance. We are going to be seeing mostly sunny skies, but also a decent amount of haze still lingering across a lot of the region today. Current temperature, 64 degrees right now in Coeur d'Alene. We're right now at 59 degrees in Spokane. That's also what we're seeing in Moses Lake. Some mid-60s down on the Palouse with some low 50s still north to Deer Park and Sandpoint, Idaho. Current air quality, we have still been in the moderate range for Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, but it is unhealthy further north to Omak and parts of the Okanagan Valley. This continues to be the case for folks toward the central part of the state. It's why we also still have air quality alerts in place for all of these counties that are shaded in gray because of dipping into that unhealthy realm. That's when it impacts everyone. So it even extends further south into Grant County for Moses Lake, and the Grant County Fair is currently underway. So bear that in mind, especially if you are sensitive to worsened air quality. As we take a look at your current satellite and radar, it's a mostly dry start to the day today. We will see that sunshine. It's just the haze layered on top of it. Also, another shout out to Freeman School District because they go back to the classroom today. Plenty of sunshine in store. Of course, you might want the new sweatshirt or the light jacket here for the first day of school before we reach the mid-80s later on this afternoon. So the heat is definitely going to be on. I am tracking, though, some bigger changes for the weekend. The details of that in just a few minutes. But let's get you out the door with what we're seeing on your traffic impact for the folks that might be headed off to work or you're taking the kids to school this early. Live look at I-90 in Arthur, where overall things are moving smoothly. Traffic volumes are low, road conditions are dry. Another part of the morning commute that I want to show you will take us further across the board here over into I-90 and Appleway, further toward Liberty Lake. Things even more mild here as far as our traffic conditions go. On the maps, we are in the green, so average drive times. Tim?
All right, Jenny, and this morning we're continuing to keep a close eye on new data centers. Yesterday, the Spokane County Commissioners unanimously passed a resolution that pauses any development of data centers in the county for now. So the vote means the county's building and planning departments would stop accepting or processing applications for data centers while new rules are written. Right now, the county is defining a large load data center as one requiring at least 20 megawatts of electrical capacity. Under the proposed rules, developers would show they have enough power and water to operate. The county says the goal is to balance the economic benefits of data centers with concerns about their demands on power, water, and other natural resources. Some community members say they are concerned about the environmental impacts.
Certain energy restrictions, like how much energy a data center can use, is going to be really valuable. And noise restrictions for like when you're developing these, how much pollution can you put out? Air pollution, water pollution, and sound pollution. These are going to be impacting all of our neighbors.
The pause is set to remain in place until December, but that could change as time goes on. The county commissioners did say this was a positive first step on ways to deal with the data centers going forward. This morning, a man is in the Spokane County Jail accused of stealing from people who had to evacuate from the Spokane area fires. Spokane police arrested 37-year-old Lawrence Moss near Northtown Mall last week after a 5-mile resident reported their home was broken into. While they were evacuated, surveillance video from the homeowner helped them identify and arrest Moss. He's being held on a $10,000 bond. His arraignment is set for tomorrow. SPD says because of concerns of burglaries in evacuation zones, SPD had crews patrolling the area. We know at least 2 additional suspects were taken into custody for trespassing charges. This morning, we now know the identity of the two people who were found dead in the Hillyard neighborhood last week. One of the victims is identified as 51-year-old Gibbon Mark Fan. He died from blunt force injuries to the head, and his death is considered a homicide. The other victim is identified as 34-year-old Joshua Rathbun, who died from an overdose of fentanyl and methamphetamine. His cause of death is listed as suicide. Today marks the start of a statewide campaign in Idaho aimed at keeping impaired drivers off the road and reducing crashes, injuries, and deaths. KREM 2's Regan Gallo live for us this morning. So Regan, this is such an important reminder for drivers. What should they know? Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Tim. Well, this is part of a statewide and nationwide campaign called Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over. So this week and this next coming week, starting today through September 7th, which is Labor Day, there's going to be an increase of patrols across Idaho to reduce the amount of impaired drivers on their roadways. And we do know that law enforcement officials have already named from Memorial Day to Labor Day the 100 deadliest days of summer because of the increase they see year over year of roadway crashes during this time of year. So super important for drivers to stay vigilant as they get on the road, as they go back to school, as routines get back into place as we face the end of summer. So some current reports show so far 73 people have been killed on Idaho roads this year. This is just 5 less people compared to the same time last year. And some current stats from the Idaho Transportation Department report that 1,296 impaired crashes this year, with 56 of those crashes being fatal. 511 were impaired crashes in rural Idaho, 33 were impaired crashes that involved speeding, and 250 of those crashes happened in the summertime. And this effort is part from Idaho officials to keep alcohol-related traffic deaths at 40 or fewer over the next 5 years. And the state is also targeting young drivers while expanding alcohol screening and treatment across the state. So again, as people are getting back to school, as people are getting back into their work routines, or maybe they're taking that final last trip Labor Day weekend before we get into the fall season, it's a good reminder for drivers to stay vigilant, stay aware, and if you don't feel like you should be behind the wheel, to stay off the road. So we'll be reporting on this all morning long. I'm watching traffic out here on the state line just off of busy I-90. For now, reporting here in Idaho, KREM 2 News. Tim, back to you.
Regan, thanks. 5 kittens are safe this morning thanks to a firefighter who rescued them from a house fire yesterday. Take a look. The Spokane Fire Department says crews were responding to a house fire in the East Central neighborhood last night. They managed to get the fire under control. They say no one was hurt and the cause is under investigation, but glad those kittens are okay. You can help those impacted by the Spokane area fires through our Help to Northwest campaign. It's a partnership between KREM, the American Red Cross, and Rosars. Just scan the QR code on your screen here, or you can visit our website, krem.com. Just click on the Help to Northwest link. Well, hey, this morning we want to wish the students and teachers at Cul-de-sac School District, Freeman School District, and the Troy School District a wonderful first day of school. They're already back at it. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a great first day. Probably a little hard to get going, but you're going to get through it. It's going to be a good school year. Still ahead here on Up with KREM, we're talking about a golf tournament this weekend to help those impacted by the fires after the break, how you can get involved. And later, it's National Potato Day, so we are sharing some spud-tacular fun facts. Do you like that? All right, it is National Potato Day, so we thought we'd talk about our favorite way to enjoy a potato. Right now, there's so many great ones. Scallop potatoes, potato chips, sweet potato fries. I like them all. So good. Let us know your favorites by texting us at 509-448-2000.